disclose when the night takes place. Even though there is a hadith, Imam Bukhari narrates that the Prophet ﷺ was about to tell the Sahaba, particularly in one year. The Prophet was about to tell them when Laylatul Qadr was taking place. But while he was going towards the Sahaba, towards the masjid, he saw two people fighting. Two people were fighting with each other, arguing with each other. And because of this, what happens is that knowledge from the Holy Prophet ﷺ, according to one narration, was taken away. With the Prophet ﷺ's knowledge that the night is taking place this night, Allah took it away from him. And he forgot. Which means that he wanted to go to the Sahaba to tell them, but because of the fight, the Ummah or the people, the Sahaba, they were deprived from knowing that tonight is Laylatul Qadr. Here is a very important point. That is, why were the Sahaba deprived? The Sahaba were not fighting with each other, were they? Those two people were fighting, they were not in the masjid, they were outside fighting. And even if they were among the Sahaba, two people fighting, the question is, why did the Prophet ﷺ and Almighty Allah deprive the whole nation from this rahmah, from this mercy that the Holy Prophet would tell them, tonight is the night, stay awake, tonight is the night. Why did this happen? It's a very important, significant reason, and this is also something that we as Muslims can take a lesson from. That when two people, Muslims, fight, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dislikes this so much that He takes away and He deprives the Ummah from certain mercies, certain barakat, certain blessings. He deprives them. Just when two people fight, the whole companionship, Sahaba, Ashabul Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, were deprived from this great mercy of Laylatul Qadr because of the fight of two people. The question is, why is this ummah today, in this day and age, deprived from so many blessings, so many barakat? We are in our quantity, we are huge. We are huge. There is no nation as the Muslim nation in this quantity today. Despite our huge quantity, nation, despite the fact that we have all the natural resources of the world, of the earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them to the Muslim countries. Whether it is oil, it is gas, minerals, anything else, all of them, they are in the Muslim countries. We have approximately, do you know how many Muslim countries officially we have in the world? 56. 57. 56, very close, mashallah. 57 Muslim countries. And we do not have even a Muslim bloc. Like the European nations, there are about 27 countries and they've got a European Union, EU, where we live and we are part of it. This is part of our home. Similarly, there is a UNO, United Nations, organization. The irony is that the Ummah does not, despite 57 countries, we do not even have a Muslim bloc. Why is this? That despite all our wealth, the whole world's economy is based on oil. And oil is something that the Muslims own. It's in Saudi Arabia, it's in Iraq, in those countries, in the Khalij. We own it. The world's economy, that's the backbone of the world's economy. Despite that, we have no say in world politics. In global political affairs, we don't even have a veto power. In the UN, we have 57 countries. There is no Muslim veto power. You have got China, you've got Russia, you've got America. You haven't got even a Muslim country that has a veto, despite that we have all the resources. Why is this? When you think about this, Muslims in Palestine are being bombarded, are being killed, genocide, massacre is taking place, ethnic cleansing is taking place, in which they systematically are not only oppressing the Palestinians after having evaded their homes, but at the same time they are, for the past 60 years, ethnically cleansing them, slowly. Palestinians there, their own land is occupied. Their land that they own, on that land, it's very cultivated land. Israel, the Zionists, they have taken it, and they grow vegetables, they grow fruit, that they use that cultivated land of the Palestinians, and the Palestinians whose land it is, they are not able to bear the fruits from that land. And what happens is that one of the biggest exporters in Europe of fruit and vegetables is Israel. All that fruit and vegetable in Lidl, Aldi, majority of it, and Dunn stores, etc., is from Israel. That all, when you buy, goes to Israel. Israel gets stronger economically. They are able to buy weapons because they get also funded, but at the same time they are able to buy more weapons, become more stronger, oppress more the Palestinian people, create more chaos, and destroy the world peace. They are able to do that. How? Because they have been oppressing our people and our land is being used by them. While this all is happening, question yourself, are the world's strong Arab countries, those that are building the tallest structures on earth, those are competing with each other? Burj Khalifa, on one hand, you have the new Kingdom Tower. Those that are, the question is, why are they silent? Why? No, don't. Why are they silent? Let me tell you. Why are they silent? Because they themselves are the reason why today Palestine is in this state. They are the reason. When you talk about Syria, you talk about jihad in Syria, they will give fatwas. Go to Syria for jihad. They will give fatwas. Go. Women should go and they should do sex jihad. Jihadul nikah they call it. Astaghfirullah al-azim. Yes, the muftis will give such idiotic fatwas. But when it comes to Palestinians that are being killed by the Zionists and Israelis, where are their fatwas? I ask you, the followers of bin Baz, where are your fatwas now? You are very quick in giving fatwas to fight against the Russian occupation. You are very quick to give fatwas to join the Americans fighting Russians. You are very quick sending people to Afghanistan. You are very quick sending and you donate people in Waziristan to create terrorism. You do that in the name of jihad. You send people to Syria. The country Syria, wallahi, that is the country. In Bashar al-Assad's time, there was peace. People were able to walk 2 o'clock in the night there. And I don't like this person. And there's many faults of that person. But in this time of Bashar al-Assad, there was peace in that line. Now there is chaos. People in Jordan, Muslim refugees in Syria, in Jordan, their husbands are dead. The children, the husbands are dead. They are shaheed, martyred. By who? Not by the Western occupiers, by Israel, by the same people who are being funded by these Saudi terrorists. And what is happening? These women, go on YouTube, go watch CNN, BBC. You will be shocked. Our Muslim women are afraid in these refugee camps because the Saudis will come there. The people from Khalij will come there. And they will come and they will try to get the Syrian girls so they can get married with them for 1 week or 2 weeks. And they kidnap them. They kidnap them. And there was a time in Syria, Syrian people will tell you that the Syrians, they used to say, if the Saudis were coming with their wealth, the money, they used to say, we have honor, alhamdulillah. We have honor. We do not sell our children and daughters like that. But now the Syrians are in this state that they have to accept such proposals because they have nothing to eat. They have nothing to feed themselves. While the Ummah, at this time, these people, the terrorists, they are the biggest terrorists. These people that have the money and the wealth and the so-called leaders and champions of Islam, they are the biggest terrorists. They are the ones that are terrorizing the Syrians. They are the ones that are terrorizing. They are the ones that are funding the Waziristan terrorists. They are the ones that are funding the Boko Haram. The question is, why is this all happening? Why? Because, oh Ummah, these people have been appointed on you by Allah. They have been appointed on you by Allah. This is punishment for us. Wallahi, this is punishment. Don't just blame them. This is punishment because the Prophet ﷺ said, as the nation will be, Allah will appoint such leaders of the nation. If the nation will be kind, forgiving, full of compassion, peace, tolerance, Allah will appoint such people in them. But when the nation becomes disunited, like we Muslims have become disunited. We Muslims have been, when we become so disunited, when we think like, I'm the only Muslim and everybody else is not a good Muslim. When we think like this, why wouldn't Allah deprive us from the mercy? This is His rule. He deprived the Sahaba from knowing when Laylatul Qadr was. Because two people were fighting, just arguing, not beating each other, just arguing. On one hand, now you have a time in which so-called Muslims are killing innocent Muslims, butchering Muslims. They are doing this. Why wouldn't Allah deprive us from all His rahmah? Why are we in this state? We are in this state because of these reasons. And we as Muslims should use the Laylatul Qadr, that night, to sincerely repent to Allah and to start a new life. And when I say new life, it's not just a spiritual life. It is not just a spiritual life that now you will start praying. Yes, you should do that. But there are a lot of people praying. The ummah is not changed. We are where we are. Every year more and more million people go on Hajj than before. Still the ummah is where it's. Why? Because we have adopted one thing. Ibadah. Actions. Worshipping. Traditions. Rituals. Salat. Sawm. Hajj. Zakat. We have adopted these. And we haven't adopted them even properly. We do them just as rituals. On the other hand, that part which is the most, that is the essence of the ibadah. That is the backbone of the ibadah. And that which will gain you the barakat of the ibadah, we have left that. Do you know what that is? That is, you have ibadah, ibadat, and you have secondly mu'amalat. This is mu'amalat, akhlaq. This is your character, your behavior, your attitude. Why did the Prophet ﷺ say in Bukhari's narration, إِنَّ مِنْ أَكْمَلِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِيمَانًا أَحَاسِنُهُمْ خُلُقًا? The people who are the best Muslims. He never said are the ones that pray whole night. No, those who pray whole night will get their ajr. But that doesn't make them the best. He said the best are those who in their akhlaq are the best. In their behavior are the best. In their attitude are the best. We Muslims, we are the biggest liars. We are the biggest hypocrites. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, but I have to show everybody the mirror. We have to look at our problems. The reason why the Western countries have now, they are in their, they are not in their incline and they are now ruling, is because they sat down and they said, hold on, what are our weaknesses? They evaluated themselves. They said, look, we have been fighting wars for many centuries. Germany against Holland, Spain against Portugal, countries that are equal to each other, next to each other, Britain against Spain. They said, listen, we have been fighting with each other. No, ultimately, it's going to weaken us. Let's come together for our benefits. Let's come together. And they, for their own benefits, they have come together. And look what happens. Unity is barakah. Even if the kuffar are united, they will get the barakah. Barakah is not just for the Muslims. When it comes to, if you do hard work and you are a kafir, you do scientific research, Allah will not deprive you from the conclusion. If you are a scientist, technologist, and you are doing your best, Allah will give you the reward also in this dunya. Similarly, if a Muslim does it, he will get the reward. It's not like Muslims only pray, they will get the reward. They have to work hard. They will get it also. Allah's qudra is for everybody the same. But His mercy, compassion that we talk about, that is only for the Muslims. But when it comes to generally, it's the same. He does not discriminate. When a person goes to the river and he wants to quench the thirst, Allah did not order the river to discriminate. Only if a Muslim comes, you should be able to allow him to take water from you. No, Allah is for everybody. This is the same. It does not discriminate. He says, even if a kafir will come and he will dig a well, he will get water. Allah will not, deprive him from that. So what we need to do is we need to work on our mu'amalat, our akhlaq, our behavior. We are the biggest liars, cheaters in this country, Ireland. Let me tell you, people are getting social welfare. They have businesses. They have big grocery shops, Asian grocery shops, and they are at the same time getting benefits from the government. What kind of Muslim are you? What kind of Muslim? What kind of message are you?